What up, and welcome to the Beneath the Dirt podcast. I'm your host, Bone. Thank you for tuning in. We are episode 72 of the show. Whole bunch of new music. Kind of stirring up a little bit of controversy this week. Is Twiztid beating a dead horse at this point? Or are they just really letting you know how the fuck they feel? Because they're still actively the punching bag in the underground. Whole bunch of new music. We got some new a la Xul news. Mad hype for that. Love a la Xul. And let's get right into some new music. First up, we got Nems, Gorilla Nems, coming out of New York. He just dropped a brand new EP called Bamboo. 3 tracks coming in at 9 minutes right here. You know the fucking vibes. My favorite track off this 3-song single/EP that he dropped. Gorilla Nems. This dude hard as fuck. Just that raw, boom bap, grimy, punch you in the face kind of music. Really dope shit. His album last year, Gorilla Monsoon, was a really good album. Although it didn't make my top 20. Really solid album. I know it was a lot of people's favorite albums, within their top 20, whatever, from last year. But check this EP out. Just hard, grimy, raw shit. And then not soon after, he announced, after he released the single, he announced up on Twitter that him and Illbill's project, Gorilla Twins, should be dropping in the next couple weeks. I talked about this on the show a couple months back, maybe a month back, something like that. But I'm hyped for this one. Illbill last year, he dropped 2 solid projects with Pulp Fiction and Cannibal Hulk. Him and Nems, looks like they got a full-length album coming out. It's called Gorilla Twins. This shit is just going to be grimy as fuck. I wonder who's going to be on the production tip on here, if we're going to get Stu Bangers, who helped Illbill with that Cannibal Hulk EP that he dropped last year. Hyped for this one. Illbill, one of my favorite rappers in the underground. Going back to the nonfiction days, The Future Is Now is beyond a classic. Love that album. And everything Illbill has done since then. Dude is super consistent. One of the most consistent dudes out there. Nems and Illbill with Gorilla Twins should be dropping in the next couple weeks. I'll be talking about that for sure, because I'm pretty sure, I don't really have any doubts that shit gonna be hard as fuck. And speaking of Illbill, just this week, speaking of Cannibal Hulk as well, he dropped a toy line, or a figure rather, of the Cannibal Hulk character. You got the green ones, and then there was more of a limited edition red version. Cannibal Hulk, if you ain't checked out that EP, check this shit out. Hard as fuck. But these action figures are dope as hell. They were expensive as fuck, $100 a piece. The red one was like $150. I believe the green one was limited to 50 and the red was like 15. Shit sold out in like 5 minutes. Super quick. Before I even remembered that it went up, I checked like 7 minutes after it went up to sale. Shit was sold out. Illbill said it sold out in under 5. But Illbill, killing it. These action figures, dope as hell. The Cannibal Hulk action figures. Love the character. Stu Bangers posted up on Facebook a couple weeks back, week and a half back, about his upcoming projects. He's got a project with Illbill. Cannibal Hulk 2 will be dropping. He's got a project with Gore-Tex, formerly of Nonfiction, now known as Lord Goat, dropping. He got a project with Apathy, self-titled. Stu Bangers killed the production on Cannibal Hulk. And definitely looking forward to all those releases that he talked about, especially that Cannibal Hulk 2, because that first one, man, made my top 20 list. Check that shit out again if you ain't already done it. Strange Music. No slowing down for Strange Music at all. They got new music coming out all the time. Brand new projects. We talked last week, Jelly Rolls kind of sort of signed to Strange Music. But we got Gadamus of Cess Crew with Distro Mag 3 dropping this Friday. Now, I haven't heard one song off any of these distro EPs that he's put out for his album, although I did listen to a clip when he was posting about the advertisement of this Mag 3 dropping this Friday, and the clip that he posted sounded fucking dope. Really good. So I'm looking forward to this. The dudes from Cess Crew could rap their asses off. I still think, they have yet to really put out one of those like really cohesive projects together. Their albums are good, but not great. UBI's solo project, again, much like the Cess Crew shit, good but not great. Curious to see what Gadamus is going to bring to the table. It's been a while since we heard him. He went MIA for a little while there, but he's been back, and he's back in full effect. So Mag 3 dropping 3/6 this Friday. I'll be waiting for that full length to drop before I check it out. So I'll be checking that out. Gotta miss Distro when the full album drops, but Mag 3 drops this Friday. And let's go to the West Coast real quick. San Bernardino Doggystyle with 4 E's. He dropped Into Something Volume 2. I believe I talked about Into Something Volume 1 after I was on the Speaky Cloud podcast. Ricardo from the Speaky Cloud channel. He put us all onto this Doggystyle, dude. This is just that raw West Coast shit. If you like that G-Funk, old school G-Funk kind of sound, classic West Coast shit, Doggystyle is that dude for you. I just finally got around to checking this. It came out, I believe, last Friday or the Friday before. It's been out for at least a week now. I finally got around to checking it out this week. Shit is just as hard as Volume 1. Like I said, that grimy West Coast shit. West Coast, just that G-Funk sound. Love it. This dude is dope as fuck. Ricardo from Speaky Cloud saying this is the next dude to pop from the West. Just going to have to wait and see. I know Doggystyle got another EP coming up soon, but Into Something Volume 2 is up on all the digital service providers along with Volume 1. Again, if you like that raw West Coast shit, check that out. And then up next, we got Flea Lord. I'm not too familiar with this dude's music. I know who he is. I saw him at the Griselda show. But Flea Lord, he just dropped a new EP, we'll call it. 7 songs coming in at 20 minutes. You got Conway the Machine on here. This EP's dope. I'm going to have to go back and check out more Flea Lord shit. Like I said, not overly familiar with dude's music, but this shit is hard. Grimy New York shit. In the same vein as the Griselda shit. I love this dude's voice. Raspy kind of grimy shit. The album cover is hard as fuck. The EP's called Pray for the Evil. Flea Lord. I'm going to have to dive into this dude's discography and his work. But this new EP's out, and this shit is pretty hard. Conway the Machine comes correct on it. Conway's one of them dudes just going hard as fuck right now. Well, along with all the Griselda shit and all them dudes coming out of Buffalo that roll with the GXFR. But this new Flea Lord, Pray for the Evil EP, really dope. Recommend checking that shit out as well. And we got a new single from the kinda sorta not really signed to Strange Music Jelly Roll called Creature, featuring Tech Nine and Chris Calico. Cover art for this, I don't even know if this is the official cover art or what, but he dropped the video for it as well. His album's dropping 3/13 this month. I didn't get a chance to listen to the single, but I posted up asking everybody what they thought of it. Everybody seemed to dig it, so I'm going to have to get around to checking it out. He's not following the same formula that Strange Music is following with dropping all these EPs leading up to the album release. This is the first single from the album, and the album's coming out in just a little over a week and a half, So Creature featuring Tech Nine and Chris Calico, singles out on the DSPs, videos up on YouTube. Love the cover art. I'm going to have to check out the album when it drops. But everybody be, seems to be digging this new Jelly Roll. I'm going to have to check it out. And, that whole It Goes Up entertainment that Strange Music is doing, I think is dope for these artists that don't want to sign the deal but get the perks of being signed to Strange Music. If you ask me, he signed to Strange Music. They're just calling it something different, and he's not following the Strange Music formula, but it's a dope look nonetheless. And then we got a new single from Claas of the Underground Avengers. He dropped Smoke up on YouTube. It'll be up on Article 2 of his new album. I believe Article 2 drops 3/13 as well. 3/13 is definitely gearing up to be a solid music release day. So new EP from Claas dropping 3/13. He dropped the first single from the EP. This track is hard as fuck. He posted up on Twitter early last week. Retweet the tweet promoting the single, and you get an advanced listen to it. I retweeted it, got the advanced MP3, listened to it, and just like I said on Twitter, this is the best Claas has ever sounded, in my opinion. I've been listening since Anarchaic, and this dude's going hard as fuck. The recording quality sounds fucking mint. Probably the best it's ever sounded outside of Underground Avengers shit. His flow is on point. He's killing it with this chopper shit. Claas wants all the smoke as well. Dude's really dope. I fuck with Claas. It's really dope to see him still putting out music fucking 15 years later since I first fucking found him on the horrorcore.com message boards. Shout out to everybody that used to be on the horrorcore.com message boards. Good times back then. But yeah, new Claas. Smoke is the single. EP Article 2 dropping 3/13. Check that shit out. And then keeping it with that Underground Avengers family, what have you, we got a new single from Boondocks and Bukshot called Dead of Night, featuring Young Wicked. The song's okay. Like I said before, not the biggest fan. But Mobstyle music, Bukshot in particular, stays fucking grinding. I've said it before, say it again. This dude stays busy. I respect the grind, respect the hustle. He just dropped Paradigm Shift with Boondocks last week. It'll be dropping on DSPs soon, from what I understand. And we got this single right here featuring Young Wicked, Dead of Night. And not only that, but we got the pre-order for Paradigm Shift. The only way you could get it before was through the mystery box. Now you could buy the actual CD. It's going to come with 3 brand new tracks. It's going to come with trading cards, kind of reminiscent of what Twiztid did with the Wicked album that they put out. If you remember, they had all the Ill Psychopathic Records trading cards. Twiztid dressed up as the characters from the Ha 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 video. I believe they had a Riders card, Dark Lotus, Violent J Shaggy, Boondocks, the whole fucking label. So Boondocks and Bukshot Paradigm Shift. Hard copies coming for everybody. You could buy just the CD. I saw they got cassettes up in limited quantities. They got an ill-ass jersey coming up. And he also shared this graphic, The Arrival, 3/13. I believe Paradigm Shift will be hitting all digital outlets, Apple Music, Spotify, March 13th. He said they made contact with the box set, not the box set, the mystery box rather, and The Arrival will be March 13th. My prediction, this will be the Paradigm Shift album for everybody to listen to it. So Mobstyle music, Bukshot in particular. Boondocks stays fucking busy too. Claas does as well. Them motherfuckers put out an Underground Avengers album last year. Claas got a new album coming. I believe Boondocks dropped a couple EPs last year. Turncoat Dirty, That Liquor's Lies and Legacy. So the Underground Avengers, Mobstyle music, all these dudes staying busy as fuck. I respect the grind, respect the hustle from all 3. especially Bukshot. Dude knows how to market his shit and create shit that the collectors want. You got these and all his CDs he puts out, there's always variations. One will have a fucking sticker on it. One cover will be slightly different color. I'm all about collecting shit. I got like 17 different versions of the Great Malenko. So I know all about buying another CD just because it's a different color. Same music on it, but it's got a different fucking sticker, different color, different kind of pressing. I know all about that shit. So much respect to Bukshot for his continuous grind and his hustle. And then we've got, finally, some news coming out of the Church of Xul. Little tidbits. If you follow Billy Obey on Facebook, he seems to be the fucking leader of the group. He's the one that looks like he controls the social medias, and he be dropping hints and little shit like that. A fan asked in the Forever Face Alley group, I believe it's called. There's a group dedicated just to Forever Faces, the masks, and anything to do with a la Zululu. I'm a part of it. And somebody asked if there's any other vinyl out there except for the Almighty. And Billy Obey replied, not yet, but I heard you'll have a vinyl to bump and smoke to around 420. So a little over a month and a half from now, we'll be getting a new a la Zululu vinyl, it would sound like. Now, 420, we all know a few years back on 420, they dropped the Necronomicron EP. So I'm going to speculate that we're going to get the Necronomicron on vinyl. That'll be fucking dope. That artwork is so fresh. Love that shit. So, new vinyl from a la Zululu dropping 420. I'm speculating it'll be the Necronomicron EP, or possibly the Church of Xul, maybe, if M&E is pressing it. I don't know if it's an M&E pressing or just a Long Live Evil thing. No word on that. And then we got another post from Billy Obey. I'm going to pull it up on my phone because I can't read the small print on the screen right there. I don't have it on my fucking phone anymore. Of course I don't. But he was talking about, here it is right here. New sound, old gods, are you prepared for another full-length album from a la Zululu? Hashtag LLE, hashtag MNE. Pictured, we got a la Zululu right here in the fucking devastating new 2.1 Forever Faces. If you don't keep up with their masks, the 1.0, that was like the Psycho era, and before Head of Horns era. And then 2.0s came out towards the end of the Psycho era, going into the M&E deal. And then we got the 2.1s right here. But they're teasing new music. Are we ready for a full-length album from a la Zululu? You fucking right. You goddamn right. We're ready for a new full-length album from a la Zululu. The Almighty is one of the best wicked shit albums put out in the last 15 years, I'll say, easily. If not longer. That shit was an instant classic. I don't like throwing that classic word around. But that shit is an instant classic. It'll go down in the history books of the wicked shit horrorcore scene. The Almighty is fucking devastating. They dropped Church of Xul last year. Fucking banging ass LP that they put out. EP rather, that they put out last year. Definitely ready for this new album from a la Zululu. We all know Billy Obey's doing production now. So I'm curious to see if he's going to be doing production on the new Xul record. If we'll get Bad Mind back on here. The Aristocrats who did the Church of Xul EP. And just that grimy, gutter, dirty, horrorcore boom bap sound that these dudes put out. And I'm looking forward to it. And he also teased up on his Facebook. I didn't get a screenshot of it. But they just ran another run of the 2.0 Forever Faces. It was a purple face with the yellow accents. You know, made me think of Kobe when I saw it. Rest in peace to Kobe. But they've been pumping out these 2.0 variant Forever Faces. And he said, should we run the 2.1s next for the Forever Face? I say, fuck yes. I will definitely cop one of those. I want a Forever Face. And I would definitely cop a 2.1 if they put it up for pre-order. I hope they do the classic white with the red accents like they did around the Almighty era for the 2.0 Forever Faces. But those fucking masks are so dope. So dope. Love that shit. You know, very reminiscent of Slipknot, of course. You know, they're probably the most popular band that fucking wears masks. And they got fucking dope-ass masks too. But nobody in the underground, besides Low Key, rocking ill, crazy-ass masks like a la Zuliloo. So we got new vinyl dropping 420, a brand new album in the works from Xul, Forever Face 2.1, probably the next Forever Face drop, and it's probably going to be dropping soon because we got that 8-bit Blasphemer. That shit sold out, seemed like a week or two later. The Barf variant came out, the red and yellow and orange joint, and then the last one I believe was called Lurker, the purple and yellow one. So be on the lookout for that 2.1 pre-order, and that shit will probably sell out really fast. So I'm going to hop on that with the quickness if that is indeed the next masks that'll be up for sale. Fucking fresh. And then one little last thing before we bounce up out of here. Are Juggalos blinded by loyalty? Let's get into it. Twiztid dropped their brand new single, Never Changed, this past Friday. And they're back on their shit talking shit. A lot of people saying that they never left the shit talking shit. And I don't think they're wrong, but I think what they're doing, you know, I think they're spacing it out more. You know, the subliminals are definitely there. We had the Riders album recently where Lil Shank, also known as Madrox, he shouted out Bullet, Fofo, Converse, and Twin Gats. Talk about, I hope they're doing good. Now, on this track right here, Madrox in particular, he want all the fucking smoke on this track. He said, I know who I am. I don't need to pretend. That's when... All right, let me start over. I know who I am. I don't need to pretend. That's why me and Paul ain't no hurry to make no amends. Getting half and half and paying everybody back. Triple time. All right. So the first two lines. I know who I am. I don't need to pretend. That's why me and Paul ain't no hurry to make no amends. And then there's a few other lines. For all of the shit that they showed me and the shit that they told me. I remember they had and they hold me and they didn't depart and they sold me reality renditions of vicious cycles. Never thought it would come true. Detrimental to our survival that we separate from the one who run his mouth like a tennis shoe. Want to question our gratitude with an attitude. Like we within a family feud, motherfucker, I'm mad at you. All right. Madrox wants all the smoke. Twiztid Ben wanting all the smoke. But Violent J also want all the smoke. This beef, this whole divide goes back to one man, Violent J. And people are, I kind of get it. Is Twiztid beating a dead horse? Keep bringing this up, you know? Talking about they were done wrong. Screwed over by family. You know, they don't want to make amends. But they were shouting him out on the Psychopathic Riders project. I don't blame Twiztid for talking about this. Because in my opinion, Twiztid is still the fucking punching bag of the Juggalo community. Twiztid's still taking a lot of shit from all the Juggalos because of what Violent J said in that Faygo Lover's interview that he did a few years back. We celebrated, quote unquote, celebrated the interview of that interview about a month ago. And if it wasn't for Violent J, I don't think this whole fucking divide would have happened. I don't think it would have happened. People inevitably would have taken sides from the moment Twiztid announced they were leaving Psychopathic. Without a doubt, people were going to take sides. But without that interview, I don't think there would be such a divide that there is now. And Twiztid talking about it, continue to talk about it on songs. Is it getting old? For me, no. For some other people, from what I'm seeing, yes. This track is hard as fuck. I love it. They're just pouring their fucking thoughts out there. Obviously, the shit is still eating at them, and they can't shake it. Violent J addressed it on Fearless Fred Fury on that song. I can't remember it off the top of my fucking head, but he talked about it on Fearless Fred Fury as well. But I blame him for this whole divide. And I believe that most juggalos won't see or refuse to see that he is the cause of all this divide. Is Twiztid completely innocent? No. But without that interview that Violent J did, I don't think it would be where it's at now. And I think the juggalos, certain juggalos, ride for ICP so fucking hard. So fucking hard. No matter what they do, they could do no wrong. I love ICP. Don't get me wrong. I got posters up. I got motherfucking tattoos. The shit is for life. But when there's bullshit, I can't pretend that it doesn't exist and that it's not there. There was a lot of fuck shit on the other side too with Young Wicked. He's one of my favorite artists out right now. But that whole situation that he had, having the kid, and, Violent J was talking about in that interview, he wanted to fuck him up. I don't blame him for that. That's a fucked up situation, but it also takes two to make a baby. He's not completely innocent. From what I understand, he didn't even have a fucking place to stay. He was thrown into an apartment with her, and shit fucking happened. It's on some scumbag shit, because he had a girl back in Colorado. But I'm not trying to make an excuse for it or anything like that, And I don't blame Violent J for being mad at that. But back to Twiztid being the punching bag by the juggalos, I think it's unfair. I don't think it's right. Are they completely innocent? No, because they continue to throw jabs. But I'm all for beef in a rap song. Absolutely. As long as it doesn't spill out into violence. Anything stupid like that. But Twiztid be putting out these singles, talking their shit. This new single, Never Change, hard as fuck. And one thing I wanted to talk about as well. I feel like I'm just kind of fucking rambling here. But why are all these new Twiztid singles better than anything they did on Generation Nightmare? We got 8 songs. I'm going to run through them real quick. We got 8 songs from fucking Twiztid that they've been putting out since last year. I'll start with Clock and W's with Young Wicked and Ritz. That shit is hard as fuck. Love that track. That shit is super fucking hard. Carve My Face, an HOK track, Twiztid in the ROC. Really dope Halloween track, short but sweet. My Bible with Stevie Stone and Young Wicked. Really good song. Stevie Stone kills it. Young Wicked kills the hook on there. I believe he produced the track as well. Hungry Like the Wolf, Jamie Madrox, Jimmy Urine of Mindless Self-Indulgence. My favorite Twiztid song of last year, and still my favorite Twiztid song that they've put out since they've done these singles and Generation Nightmare has been released. And then we had Follow Me featuring Hyro the Hero. Dope ass track. Solid feature from Hyro. F Feelings with Young Wicked on the hook. Dark ass beat. Really dope shit. Love that track. Forget You featuring Echo Young Wicked. Another banging ass track featuring Young Wicked. Been talking about that. And then this new track, Never Change. We got 8 songs, and they're 8 for 8 on these singles. I go back and listen to Generation Nightmare, and I listen to like 5 songs, and there's like 20 on there, 21. This is the shit that should have been on Generation Nightmare. You know? These songs go hard as fuck. I know Generation Nightmare got a lot of love from a lot of people, and it seems like I'm in the minority saying that they didn't put out a good album last year, but it just wasn't for me. But these singles that Twiztid be putting out, harder than a motherfucker, really dope, and it looks like they're not going to be slowing down anytime soon, and I'm looking forward to see what they're going to be continuing to put out in the future. Now that's going to wrap it up for me, episode 72. I want to thank you for tuning in. Juggalos blinded by loyalty. I believe they are. Look at it from, just look at it from an unbiased perspective, and I think you could see where all the bullshit comes from and where it lies, really. New Xul coming, new masks, Underground Avengers, Claas, Bukshot Boondox, all staying busy, killing the shit. And I just want to thank you again for tuning in. And I'm Roland Bone of the Beneath the Dirt podcast. And until next time, I'm out. Peace.